Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. Wow. All right, so guys, if you notice, the ground is wet. I just finished walking. I think I did 11 laps back and forth just now. I came out because it's not cold, but it's a little windy. As you can see, the leaves rustling a little bit on this one. Yeah, if you look careful, you can see the leaves. It's not a big wind as yet. But the weather forecast says that I could see the wind. Yeah, if you look closely you could see some movement. So as the day goes on, we're gonna have the heavy showers coming in. So I came out, I said let me get some walking. As a matter of fact, I was up so late last night, about 12, 1 o'clock I fell into a good sleep. Because of I've been stuffy. I've been past 2 days just stuffy. And so yesterday I wrapped up from head to toe, from head, my chest, my neck, my head. And I went to bed last night, and honestly, when I fell asleep, I got some good sleep. I mean, it wasn't at 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock until morning, but at least from 12:30, I say, until this morning, it was good. I woke up, and then after an hour or so, I went back and got a couple more hours. So the sleep for the past few weeks have been interesting. But what I do, if I can get some more time to get some sleep in, then I do that, because I want to be fully ready to go back to work. As soon as I get the go ahead, I hope that I can feel ready to go back. But today I'll talk about the holidays is on us. I have not been a big supporter for these. I'm in for the holidays and for people to get some time to spend good quality time with family. But let's not wait for these holidays to come in to do that, guys. As often as you can, then make family time worth something. The stories that we tell our children and our grandchildren, the dinners we share, they don't have to be elaborate. We don't have to wait to have turkey on the table and 5 different types of meats and all this heap of food. But we can cook a small meal, a pot of soup. Everybody comes, get a bowl, enjoy it, and talk and encourage and uplift one another. Let's not wait for these times to come when you don't have enough, but you're forcing yourselves to buy gifts and to keep up with the Joneses, even when you cannot afford to. The toughest thing and the harshest thing is after the holidays, and sometimes not us anymore, I don't get into it. Even though I have the grandchildren, and you kind of, you do some little things so that they can, let them grow up and make the choices, but you don't neglect some things, because then sometimes they go overboard when they get the opportunity. You ever hear they said those who keep the kids under a tight wrap, they don't have conversations, they just keep them under these tight wraps, and then they get out to go away to college or to high school, and they want to overdo things. They go so far to the other side that it becomes embarrassing. So you do a little bit, but just do what you can do. Do what you're able to do. Do what you can afford to do. If you can afford a little tree, then get your little tree. You don't have to look next door and say, oh, they have a big tree, I have to get one too. No, you do what you can do and make it the best holiday that you can make it, filled with good memories. All right? So again, a lot of times a positive word, a hug, those are the things are more important or more treasurable than we go buy toys with batteries that parents cannot keep up with batteries. And so when they run out the batteries on Christmas Day, after that the gift is thrown down somewhere because there are no batteries to run it. Let us think before we do, so that we're not going to feel frustrated when you see that what you give is not cherished, it's just tossed aside, and you feel bad without understanding that, well, mommy had to buy milk and juice. She couldn't afford to buy batteries that are so expensive these days. So as you pick out your toys and the clothing, remember that a gift card is better than for you to buy something that people will not appreciate. All right? You might buy a shirt. These kids today, they don't like a lot of things that we like as adults. So give them something that they can use. Help them find out what it is they need and get that for them. Stop with the secrecy and, oh, you're secret Santa, and then you bring something that nobody wants. I remembered some years ago at my old school, they did what we call a secret Santa. For me, they said I was weird because I never get caught up into those things. Never, ever, all my years of teaching, never get caught up into this exchange of gifts or those kind of things. Because often you hear the sad stories. People will mean people well and go out and buy the nicest thing. And then you have the person who got the person's name who just doesn't put an effort into the gift that they get. And so there was a guy who joined the team, who joined our school, claimed he was a psychologist or somebody, but I didn't trust him at all, because he just didn't carry himself, or when he spoke to people, or he just didn't seem professional at all to me. And so they went out and did the exchange of gifts, and he was there long enough to be part of it, and they bought him, I think they bought him a shirt, a nice sweater, and the guy, he brought in some little pigs. Looks like it was on somebody's table. He didn't even put it in a good wrapping paper, and he just snuck and pushed it in the teacher's mailbox, and he was out of there. It was the most embarrassing. It was the saddest. Everybody was talking about these little pigs. I think there were 6 pigs, little pigs made out of it's like clay, but it wasn't polished clay. It wasn't nice at all. It was just them wrapped in a brown paper. And I just said, wow. So we have to know that if we're getting into those things, that you have to expect the unexpected, or just don't get into it at all. If you can afford to give somebody a gift card, give it to them and keep moving. Because as I said, you are willing to spend $50 when somebody else can only afford $5. And even if they can afford more, they figure that's how much they're going to spend. And so what you're going to get in return is just a $5. So you have to be prepared to say, it's not about the gift, it's the thought that counts. And some people use it as a crutch to not do the right things. So before you get into it and then you walk away feeling angry, why don't you just don't get into it? So guys, as the holiday comes, for some it means a lot, for some it means absolutely nothing at all. We continue to give thanks, and remember that Christmas, we should not forget the CHRST in the holiday time, because it has become so commercialized. It's not about family and getting together and having good laughter. As children, I remember that's the only time Now we get a full bottle of aerated water for ourselves. When Christmas Day comes, you get your nice dinner, because they had a rooster that they were fattening in the coop for a long time, and you get that nice meal with your bottle of aerated water on Christmas Day. But it was about the little fee-fees and starlights and the little horns that we blew, and we had missionary at the big church. I was at Moravian Church then, and everybody came from all over St. Elizabeth, and they had their little space to sell, and you get those nice striped candies, and they had everything from the homemade ice cream to the factory ice cream. You name it, they were all there selling. And everybody got to buy something, and Granny would buy, and oh my God, when she comes home and open up and start cutting a little piece here, because you're not going to get a big chunk to eat all at once. You get a little here, and maybe tomorrow night or Wednesday night you get another little piece, and you cherish it, and you pinch it, and you bite a little piece, and you enjoy it to the fullest. So those were the good old days when we went out and we collected cigarette paper. They had Cravenay, and they had another, was it Benson? There were 2 cigarettes that they sold in Jamaica, but the people would take out the cigarettes, and in the package was that little silver paper that the cigarettes were, that used to line the boxes. And we'd walk and we'd look for the boxes, and we'd collect those little silver shiny paper. And we get a nice branch, a dried branch, and we would wrap them with the silver paper, and we'd get our balloons, blow them up, and put them on, and that was our Christmas tree. Didn't cost us a penny except for the balloons, and we enjoyed the day, making noise with our horns and our fee-fees, and Granny and them burst into firecrackers and big giants that would boom, and you'd run and cover your ears, because I never liked loud noises at all. That was frightening. And maybe I was autistic, because even now today I'm afraid of the thunder. Frightens me. So it's one of those things, guys. Let me walk a little bit more again. It's one of those things where where the holidays were just that for us, the holidays. It wasn't about what we got or didn't get, because we didn't have families who were rich to give us all sorts of things. So we were satisfied with what we get, and we shared, and everybody would come up and, "Morning, Sir Cooley, Merry Christmas." And Granny would say, "Lord, morning, my dear, the same to you." And that's how life used to be. That's how life used to be. Simple. And Granny didn't have gift to send to the neighbors, so they would get a bottle of wine or something like that. That was their gift. Maybe Granny would send dinner. We had one special neighbor, Miss Louise. Maybe Granny would send dinner for her. But that's what the holidays was like for us. Nothing fancy. So leaves are finished. So Danny will blow up these now for the last time before the winter comes. He'll blow up those leaves. So today's not freezing cold. It's just that the rain is gonna come. You look right here. There's the water. Yeah. See right there, you could see the water. Right, so it was raining all night, and now it's a little, I want to show my license plates. It's a little getting a little windy now. So we know that the news says we'll be having heavy winds up to 50 miles an hour. And so using the time now to just walk. So I probably did 15 laps today or more. I'm thankful for that. Very thankful. So that's Miss Bev doing my walking. See my fat neck. Did I catch hope I didn't catch the license plate number.